And so
They are.
to scale, aren't they?
Yeah, they're perfectly to scale. So 1 in 12, 1 in 24 scale.
Yep.
And they work beautifully.
They do indeed.
So
the star petal die sets are $10.99, by the way. But if you want to get everything all together, that's $24.99. Then you get all of the dies on this board, right?
Yes, you get some other leaf bundles. So you get the sword leaves, you get the maple leaves, and you get the heart leaves. So you can use those for leaves, but you can also use those for different petals as well, can't you, Kay? So she's got a plethora of things to show you.
Rightio. Thank you all so much. I know maybe we had a little glitch in the start of the stream, but you are back and it's all good, and you're shopping on CoolkatzCraft.com. And just to re-emphasise the fact, the prices we've been reading out as we're going, there is a further 10% off those. And that's everything physical, so the dies, the stamps, you know, the papers, etc.
Yeah.
There's a further 10% off those across your website.
Yeah, across our website. The only thing that isn't discounted is our workshops, classes and shipping.
Okie dokie, but physical stuff you're purchasing, getting sent to your home, that's what we're talking about. So we can always recap as we're going through, of course, but when you're on CoolkatzCraft.com, you can go to you see at the top, there was live...
Yeah, there's the live shopping page.
Live shopping, that's the word.
So live TV shopping, just click on that. Everything that's on the show today will be there, plus other bits and pieces that we're using. Now,
whilst you're shopping, put all those in one bundle. Of course, go for your favourites or your brand news. You've also got some retiring elements as well, which you know are coming up in just a second. Last of the stock of Graphic 45.
This is our last stock of Bloom in Love, or...
Yes, grow with love?
Grow with love, that's
Bloom in,
it, yes.
Bloom in love?
Bloom in love, yeah.
Thwarting me again.
OK, so you get some 8x8 pack, and then you get some patterns and solids, and you also get some...
12 by 12?
12 by 12, yes.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
OK.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now, those of you that know Graphic 45, which I know a lot of you do, to get 12 by 12 and the 8 by 8 for $19.99.
I think it's $21.99 actually.
$21.99 is still exceptional value for money.
Yeah.
And actually $21.99 with 10% off. Is that $19.99?
It's less than $21.99.
Oh, well, listen.
So this is a little album I made using the fancy frame dies and these papers.
Aren't they beautiful, aren't they?
Right.
Perfectly. I know, like if you're inspired by Easter or just there's been a bit of sunshine here and there.
There's been lots of sunshine, which has been lovely.
So whether it's to do with gardening, maybe it's a present to mum, maybe it's a present to yourself, maybe you can use it for your card making, whatever you fancy, to get the last of the Grow with Love Graphic 45. This is where you shop, CoolkatzCraft.com. We continue on, yes? Rightio. Now we're going to be demonstrating the small new flower dies in just a second. But maybe they're going to go alongside our miniatures. Maybe they're going to do something else.
Yes.
But here we go. We've got our, and again, this is the last of, isn't it?
Yes, this is the last of. And this is our on the stage. We forgot to do that. This is our on the stage little book nook.
Yep.
And it comes with.
This is. If you wonder where Dave Bradford gets changed ready for his shows as a hobby maker, it's in there. It's absolutely... Nigel May and Dave are in there. Adam Humphreys, he's knocking on the door too. It could be any one of these, couldn't it?
So
this is spectacular.
So just imagine that's working as well. So these are our on the stage. You also get a lovely selection of miniatures, 3D printed miniatures that come with it. These are retiring in this format. So once these are gone, they are gone. And these are at a brilliant price.
Is that the one?
Yes. Yes.
$12.99, friends.
Plus
10% off.
Yep.
$11.69. Maybe you ordered them first time round when you saw them on Create and Craft. Maybe you've already been on the website and spied them and hoping they're going to have that further 10% off. They do. And you can, I know they're called on the stage, so it could be something very theatrical, it could be something very dramatic, or the disco side of things, but really you can decorate them as you see fit.
These are brilliant if you're just thinking, oh, I just want to have a little go at miniatures.
Yes.
Perfect to start with this.
Which I guess as is the patio, which is the next one, right?
Yeah.
Right, you can see that down there is purely what you are purchasing, and you get all of these miniatures as well to decorate as you see fit. Like the little, it could be a little cafe in France, couldn't it? It could be a Cool Cats Club, whatever you fancy. Next to there, the patio kit.
Right, so this is on the patio kit. So this is a slightly larger kit. Both of these kits are 1 in 20 scale.
Okay.
Again, this is being retired in the current format, so once it's gone, it's gone. It actually comes with some 3D miniatures. You get a watering can, you get glasses, and you get some hanging baskets as well. So you can see everything in there. And with both of these kits, there's full YouTube tutorials showing you how to make them up. They're just fun to do.
That feels like a proper, like, almost like Tuscan.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it? Maybe it's the colour of the walls, I don't know. But it could be your little hideaway place. It could be a real place that you're reenacting. It could be a little reading book corner. Imagine the flowers from the previous petals.
Yes, perfect.
Being brought into here. You've got the hanging baskets. I love how the window, you can have like the open windows or not, use them for something else. But they're just spectacular, aren't they? And can those windows like on hinges or not on hinges?
Yeah, well, you can put them on. You can put them on little pin hinges. Kay actually took these ones off just so you could have a good look inside. But you can do pin hinges. You could do little tape hinges, whatever you wanted, really.
You are shopping direct. Don't forget CoolkatzCraft.com. They get 100% of your purchase, meaning it can help you develop more, get more stock of this, see what's going on, do more workshops, more classes. That's the whole point of what the craft store do. Speaking of workshops and things.
Speaking of workshops.
That was a good link, wasn't it?
That was a very good link.
Thank you very much.
Good segue.
I don't think you've done this before, Dan.
Oh, I know. I very much make it up as I go along. Can we talk about miniature workshop, please, which is on its way at the start of May?
Okay, so May the 9th and 10th, we're doing our first Tiny World miniature workshop of the year. That will be at Wansford. You'll be making up this beautiful flower cart. This is 1 in 12 size, isn't it, Kay? And you will also learn to make each one of these different types of flowers. So it's fully catered. If you go home hungry, we'll be very upset.
Maggie will be, because you do all the
I will be, yes. I think there might be a cheeky bit of pavlova for pudding, as it's always requested.
Oh, here we go.
Put the order in.
So this is a lovely day, and it's a really nice day. Again, it's perfect for beginners, isn't it, Kay? If you want
Yes,
something.
yeah.
We have a few places left, not very many.
Well, listen, of course you can scan the QR code, you spied it just there, but you can find them all on CoolkatzCraft.com, right?
And one more thing.
Go on.
We've just started doing classes at Cool Cats HQ. So the first classes we're doing at the end of April. All the details are on the classes in the website. So for the whole day one, you will be doing, I've moved it, ha ha ha, sorry. You will be doing a sort of little mini book that lifts up. It folds down. There's lots of bits and pieces there. So that's the all-day one.
Now, that is on Tuesday, the 29th of April, right?
It is,
The mini fold-over book.
Yep.
And also, talk to me about print and shrink, please.
Print and shrink.
I know we're going really quickly, by the way. We will recap.
This is going to be on the Wednesday evening. Kay is going to be doing the print and shrink. Over to you, Kay.
Oh, well, we're going to do some printing and we're going to shrink it.
You print it, we're shrinking.
We're using a
We're gonna
monoprint plate.
on shrink plastic.
Yep.
We're using a monoprint technique. Then we're over-stamping it, and then we're cutting them out and then shrinking them for dangly bits, accents for cards.
Yeah, jewellery making, whatever you fancy, right?
Yeah, all sorts of things.
So something from that. So if you've never done it before, you want the bits and bobs, or you want some guidance, or the right papers, etc., different shapes coming along, what you're going to use them for, how do you do it safely after all? That's exactly. There is a cat on the other side of that, look.
There's always cats.
Yeah,
Oh, I know, we can't shift from your website, you can't shift from, can we? They're everywhere. Nevertheless, so that is on Wednesday the 30th, for 3 hours in the evening, how to do mono printing plates, etc., etc., etc. We will go over it all, but, can I quickly bring this bread one forward?
Yes, that's a little 1 in 24.
That won't be
flower
available
cart.
until after the
Now,
workshop.
these flower carts aren't available on our website, and they won't be available until we've done the workshop.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is just a little sneaky peek tease.
But having the skills and the know-how of how to create these and I expect like decorate them or whatever you want to construct them together, how to do it so beautifully, that is what the ladies excel in, and you can absolutely come along in person. CoolkatzCraft.com is where you go to book your workshops, to book your classes, or, because I talk very quickly, to remind yourself of the dates.
Yes.
You can see them all there, right?
You can.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Is that everything up here?
That's everything.
It's now demo time.
Shall we sit down?
Yeah,
Yes.
demo time!
Let's go. Hey, listen, we did that pretty quick. You told us 10 minutes. It's been 15.
Oh, we're in trouble then.
Sorry.
Yeah,
We're in trouble.
There we go. Kay, what are we up to?
Well, I'm going to make a cone flower.
Okie dokie. And are these from the new petal?
Yes, all from the new, from the
Okey-dokey.
whole bundle.
Okay.
So I've cut out some already. So we get on the die. So this is the 1 in 24 scale. So I'll just.
Here he comes, look.
Here he comes. Yeah.
Making his way around town.
So you get 3 petals and 5 petals, and you can make them up to 6, 5, or 4s, or you can just double those up if you like. They come out, cut out like these, and they stay put until you cut them out. So these are the leaf dies, but the other petals, the star-shaped ones, work the same thing. So you just cut them out as you need to.
I see.
And then you also get this plate as well. So you get, long way around, that's it. Okay, so you get 4 petals, 6 petals, and 5 petals.
Okay.
So depending on what flower you want. So you're basically in that shape, in that star shape. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the 6 petals here. So you get those. So I'm going to stick one on top of the other.
Keep an eye on what you're doing, by the way. But a couple of Susans have just joined us. Kerry, another Susan as well.
Hi.
Sylvia says hi. Sylvia said they had frost this morning. Sylvia.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Yes,
I had to
yeah.
defrost the
I didn't have to do
Oh,
frost
man, it was like short weather yesterday.
I know. I know.
It might be when we get out.
It might be. Well, we're never leaving now. You're in.
Oh, well,
Sorry.
It's lovely and cool.
I told you I'd invite you in. I don't tell you how to get out. There's loads of you watching on Facebook. There's equally as many of you
Thank
watching
you,
on
everybody.
YouTube. So thank you so much. But wherever you're watching, you shop on the website on the screen, CoolkatzCraft.com. If you've never visited that website before, have a look around. They're all under the live shopping banner.
Yes, all the products today.
Yeah, all the products we're talking about with that extra 10% off the physical stuff.
And if you're not, join our Facebook group, which is Cool
Yes,
Cats, COOLKATZ. It's a private group. It's a very nice group. You have to answer a question, so you're not a robot.
Yep.
And post your makes in there, because we'd love to see them.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, I'll just carry on doing this.
Absolutely.
So,
I'll give it on
yeah,
you.
you zoom in. Right, so I've stuck one on top of the other, so I've got lots of petals on here, and I'm going to use a ball tool and just shape it.
Oh, is that our mini Teflon pencil?
It is my mini.
No, things like this aren't like your glues or extra tapes or extra tools. Like these are the sort of things when you have a look around the website.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okie dokie.
I have tried to put, we've put the miniature making kit on the TV shopping page, but everything is there, just type it in.
I made a hole in the middle on there. So with the flowers, what I tend to do is I use paper-covered florist wire. Then I stick it in a tiny bit of glue, and then I put sand. So fine sand is the stuff that you find in an aquarium.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously before it goes into the aquarium, so it's fresh.
Just before then.
Yeah. Before the fish get at it.
Right.
But a big bag of that lasts forever, and you just put that there, and when it dries, you just paint it. So coneflowers have sort of a brownie middle bit, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you got.
Susan Ames says, good morning, Maggie and Kay. Lovely
Hi,
to see you
Sue.
on TV again.
Morning.
Kim also says, good morning, everybody.
Oh, morning.
Hi, Kim.
These are all on YouTube. Lots of people saying, there's no sound. I know at the very top there wasn't. Apologies. There's a lot of buttons to press. A lot of stuff going on. But it's fixed.
I'm glad we don't have to do that, because there wouldn't have been a picture either.
Yeah, that's beyond.
But lots of people saying hello. Lots of people
Hello,
on
everybody.
Hi.
YouTube and Facebook.
Right, so I've stuck that onto my little cone flowers. So cone flowers, they bend that way.
Okay.
So you just bend that way.
Is there a certain paper? Is it paper or card? Like
It's paper, and it depends on what the petal is. So you can use good quality tissue paper,
Okay.
you know, the stuff you wrap presents in.
Yep.
I tend to prefer to use rice paper, plain rice paper, that colour, because it's a little bit stronger.
colour with alcohol?
Alcohol markers, anything really. We can use watercolour if you don't use too much water.
Yeah.
Alcohol markers are brilliant. You can use watercolour pencils and things like that, or just ordinary pencils, or you can use pastels.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay,
like that.
cool.
Yeah, so lots of things you can do. So I'll just make
As you
that
say,
cone shape.
this could be that tiny
And
bit
then
of graphic 45
paper,
you've
yeah.
still got left, couldn't it?
So
The graphic
Or a bit too
45
thick.
would be too thick.
Thick, okay.
Yeah.
it depends, yeah, because our graphic 45 work well with our boxes.
Yes.
The 12, 1 to 12 boxes, they work
Oh,
particularly
and
well
they'd
for
work
that.
well with these, wouldn't they?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
Let's just do a little sneak.
And our suitcases.
Right.
So this is a fairly new die. So this is our suitcase die, and that's a 1 in 12 size,
Yeah, you want a 1 in 24.
and that's a 1 in 24.
Are these on your website yet?
Yes,
Yeah, oh,
they
yeah,
are.
yeah.
right,
They are.
We launched these a couple of weeks ago
Miniatura.
at Miniatura. We went to Miniatura.
Miniatura. Where's that?
It was in
Stoneleigh.
Stoneleigh. It's a miniatures show.
Yeah.
So
Right,
we
so I'll put those down, and then I'll carry on with this one. So then for the leaves, I've taken...
Everyone stands really small because the product isn't that big.
Yes.
Have I made that up?
No, well,
Miniatura.
we get about 12...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not like paper crafting.
Yeah, no,
These
it is small. No.
everything's-
Yeah, it is small,
Yeah.
yes.
I bet the samples there are insane.
They are
Oh, well, yeah,
astonishing.
absolutely amazing. Yeah, absolutely stunning stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Including ours.
Goes without saying.
So I've got a leaf and I've coloured it. So I've already cut it out of this and I've already coloured it. So I've used a Coppets marker to do that with. Okay, get that into shape. There you go.
Yep.
So I've done that with a Coppets marker, and then I've left them in place until I want to cut them out.
Yep.
So I've just cut one out and I've shaped it, and then I've just left a little bit of the tail end of it, and I'm going to dip it into glue. Oh, a bit shaky today.
Is that our glue cane?
Yeah, of course it is. It was our bookbinding glue. I tend to use that most of the time because it works well.
Does it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Is that origami paper you're using?
Yeah, so what I'm using for this, because as I say, it depends on the petal. If you want a translucent petal, I would use the rice paper.
Okay.
But for most of them, I tend to use origami paper, and that comes in loads of colours, and it comes double-sided colours. And it comes in, you can get pastel ones, you can get vibrant colours like this one
Particularly with these like constructive elements, like double-sided papers are a hack, isn't it?
Yeah, the leaf is on a slightly stronger one, on a stronger, thicker paper, which I found lurking in my stash.
Yep.
But it's got a bit of texture on it. So then you would leave that to dry. There you go. If you leave that to dry, and then you can shape it again when it's dry.
Okay, I see.
And then you would put it into your. Oh, I was going to get the.
Oh, I didn't.
I'll go and get it.
We forgot.
Oh, friends at home, honestly, when we were discussing it earlier, I was like, I won't forget.
Honestly, Dan.
I'll bring it
what
over.
We didn't have a discussion.
What sort of presenter are you?
Oh, no.
Here we are, Kay. Is this what you wanted?
Thank you. Gosh, you're available every Monday, Maggie, honestly.
So I'll just add it to this one. Mm-hmm. So I would probably shape it a bit more, and then you just put it into that one, and that's one of our 3D miniature vases that we do.
Now, where do these end up, Kay? Are they going into dolls' houses or are they going to go onto the front of cards, or people make them just to have as ornaments? Or where do they end up generally in the world?
They can go into dolls' houses. Mm-hmm. They can go into little scenes. A lot of people do little scenes. They do like fairy dolls.
Yes.
That seems to be a thing. So obviously perfect for doing that sort of thing. You can put them on cards. There's no reason why you can't put them on cards. So perfect for the cards as well.
And I guess they then, thinking back to the stage or the patio MDF side of things, they just decorate that and maybe turn it into something completely different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm going to do a full Scythia.
Here we go. Now, these are all from the Star.
This is from the Star one. There's another one from the Star one. Then I'm going to do another one just rolled up.
Yep.
And then Maggie go on. Yes,
That's all right, this.
Then we'll go on to the album ones.
Quite right, too. So just to remind everybody, that Star petal die is brand new today. So if you've got the other ones, that's what you go for individually. If you haven't got any of them yet, there is a bundle that incorporates all the other ones, which you save.
Really good starting bundle, actually, if you want to get into miniature flower.
Yeah, so you can do lots of flowers. So I'll just flatten that out. So that is that's a 4-petal star one. So the one I used before for the cone was a 6-petal. This is a 4-petal star one.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, and then I've squidged it a bit.
Is that a technical term?
It's a technical term. Squidging is a technical term. So I've just folded them up because I looked at a Forsythia branch and they were all higgledy-piggledy.
Okay.
So that's what happens. So then I'm going to put, just to shape it a tiny bit. I don't cocktail stick is brilliant for this sort of thing. So you get a little shape like that. And then what you tend to do then is, I've already done this one. So this one's already stuck. But I'll just show you, I'll just put one on here. So this is a paper-covered wire, but I've also put a bit of florist tape on it.
Okay.
Brown florist tape. And then we'll just stick it on there like that.
So give it a second to take, obviously.
Okay, and then just leave that, and then you would do the whole thing up and leave that to dry. Okay, and then you end up with a stick like that. So then, which looks fairly realistic, but then what you want to do is just put and you want to put a bit of paint in the middle.
Okay.
Just to make it a little bit more realistic. And the other thing you can do, because it's a bit bright yellow now, so you can use your distress ink. So if you've been doing card making, you've got all this at home anyway. You've probably got the papers, and you've certainly got the inks that you could do. Distress ink is brilliant for colouring these in. And then what you can do, you just brush this over, and it just gives it a bit of better tone. It's quite subtle.
It takes the edge off a little bit.
It takes the edge off because it's quite a bright yellow I've used. And Forsythia are a bright yellow, but they have a nice little orangey red yellow tone on them. So it doesn't. Can you see? I don't know if can you actually see the difference between the two?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It is subtle. Everything you do on it is because they're tiny. If it's not going to be subtle, you wouldn't see it so much. There you go. So I've just given it a little bit more tone on there. So obviously, at home you'll probably do this bit better, quicker, and then you can add a tiny bit of paint.
There's a lot coming up on the craft store today, by the way. I know we've got an hour off at 12 o'clock, but coming up at 1 and 3, CoolkatzCraft. So Leona is in the studio. Between then at 2 o'clock, it's Rowan Dean, somebody hand embroidery kits. And then at 4 p.m, Sarah Payne is here doing all things crochet. So there's a lot coming up today.
Okay, so I've just had, I'll just take the top off my cocktail stick.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit of, so I'm going to make a little tiny dot in the middle
I love how, I mean, it's obvious to say, but how little you use. So your
It's so
paint's going to last
precise.
ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The papers you're using.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go wrong, or you've done it, or you think, how much have you used?
Yeah, it's not like wasting a pad of a graphic 45.
Yeah, yeah.
And you cry for weeks over it.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
you
a
do an invisible repair, Kay.
invisible repair.
Well, if I can manage to get any out of her to do one of my miniatures, she gets really upset about it. Okay. Particularly when I get a whole sheet and I chop it up and it's on one tiny bit in the corner.
That's what I want.
I'm not quite that bad, but
What brought you both into miniatures? Kay, was it your
Yeah, I thought.
Kay's
Yeah.
baby,
I started with the book nooks. We did the book nooks,
book nooks? Yeah.
which we were the first ones to bring round to the crafting
we were.
for the crafting industry as such. So we did
And
that.
they're so popular, everybody thought, oh yes, we'll have a go too.
Yeah, so we don't do those now.
You go for the originals.
So we did the book nooks, and then we sort of developed the little scenes that you know, like the stage and what have you scenes. That was before we realised about scale.
Right.
And then sort of the Dole does how a lot. They do 1 in 24 and 1 in 12, and that seems to be the standard size.
Yeah.
So what ours tended to be was about 1 in 20 scale, which I quite like, but it's not a particularly popular scale to get anything. So everything we're doing now is going to be resized to 1 in 12 or 1 in 24, because you know I can't reinvent the wheel. So
Well, can't be him.
We have also,
So-
if you're a soft crafter, we have also got some hexagon dies
Right.
that cut out 6 hexagons in one go for doing your 1 in 12 and 1 in 24 patchwork quilts.
Right.
Paper piecing
Yeah,
quilts.
yeah, I'm with you.
So they're on the website too. We took those to the miniature, didn't we? As
yeah,
well?
they were really popular.
Yeah.
Really popular. So yeah.
All of these products. So obviously, when you're on CoolkatzCraft, you want .com. You're looking at these products using now like the star side of things, or the miniatures we're talking about, and that's where you click on the drop down. On your mobile, you click on the menu and it's a drop down. On your PC or your laptop,
Yeah, it's at the
it's all
top.
along the top for like live shopping. But whilst you're there, why not have a click around, click on the workshops and see what works for you. Click on the classes, have a look on the tools and things. There's one about albums on there, isn't there? There's all sorts. It's really well put together. So all these products we're talking about, if they're in stock, they're on the website, which is a big thing, by the way, because sometimes when you used to come to things like Create and Craft, etc., there are limits of how much you can bring in certain products and things, whereas here, you can see
You got the whole website.
the whole website. You can see everything.
So anyway, then what I'd use the other end of the cocktail stick to put a tiny weeny yellow dot in the middle. So if you ever look at side, they look a bit like that.
Okay.
And then you can just put that and add that one to this one. So then you have an Easter display of Forsythia for.
Perfect.
Whoops, I can just widget in. There we
Widget.
go. There you go. So that's for that one.
Ta-da!
Okay, and then I'm just going to do one of the leaves quickly. Then Maggie would
Go
That's
for
all right,
it.
It's fine.
Okay.
There's plenty of time.
So what we've done
There is
here.
plenty of time. We're already over halfway through the show.
I'm enjoying watching it.
So this is like what do you call it? Like a flaxy type plant.
Yes.
Okay. So you can do mother-in-law's tongue just to change the colours around. So I've cut it out in a sort of a maroony colour, and then also use the right one. And then I've just gone through down the centre with a pencil.
This is from the bundle, isn't it?
Yeah, this is from the bundle. This is the sword.
yes.
These are the
Those
sword
are
leaves.
sword leaves,
These are sword
aren't they?
leaves.
So sword leaves, you've got the maple and the heart leaves, and of course that brand new star petal that we used previously, $24.99 it would say. You're getting a further 10% off there. Thank you to the craft store, thank you to the Cool Cats ladies. $22.49 will be your price.
Okay, and then I'm going to, it cuts out like that, and I'm just going to trim it there and there. And then I'm going to start from the middle, and I'm going to wind these round, and then I'm going to do the end bits, and that'll just give you an idea. So it looks a bit like, it's going to look a bit like that.
There you go.
Okay, so you have the taller bits in the middle, and
Yep.
then the shorter leaves on the other side. So what I shall do then.
I mean, that looks quite, I know it's outdoor, like quite houseplanty
Yes.
a little bit. So
Yes,
if it is
exactly.
an
Yeah,
indoor thing-
you can get them for outdoors as well, but they may not be hardy, so you're putting that in the summer for your garden.
Yeah.
So, or like grasses and what have you. So just start it off, and then a little bit of glue along here.
Is that a quilling tool you're using?
Yeah, so I'm just using a quilling tool, because it's the easier way of doing it.
Here we go.
There's a bit too much glue, but never mind. And then just have a little bit end here, and then put the other bigger ones on here.
Not forgetting, I know we're talking about miniatures and you're creating the whole thing, but on your card crafting, What a lovely little accessory. It could be like
Yeah,
on
okay.
jewellery making. Or what are you thinking, Maggie?
Yeah, just thinking, I think Michaela might have done that actually.
Oh yeah, yeah, on the front of your card. So listen, you can take advantage of these. Maybe you prefer doing smaller cards, or maybe it's a larger card with more of these on there.
Yes.
It's a bit of like perspective.
Yeah. Oh, or shadow cards. If you've got little
Yes.
shadow cards, they'll make because they make lovely little things for the shadow cards.
There we go. And I can see that she's used our little mini envelope die as well. So if I give that
Oh
to you,
yeah, but if we just put it.
Oh,
So let's put it at the front
yeah,
here.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
I'll just put it there.
So that is
And who was that,
Michaela.
Michaela. There you go, Michaela. And that is from that frame die. If you are just joining us, by the way, the fancy frame die set, 10 dies in there. The largest is a flip-flap die. Can create those, and you can put them into the front of a folio, either that way around or that way around.
Yeah.
You've got the choice of both. You have got a bundle. Search all things fancy frame to get those.
that's it, yeah.
Okay, and then just wind this one up here. So you've got, so just stick that on like that. And put some more glue on. Oops, just enough there. There you go. And then, see it's sticky.
Yeah.
It's alive.
It's alive. There you go. And just squidge it on like that. So you can get the different, and then you just get your tool and just go around each one and just bring it around and just shape it. So you just shape, and it just turns into a plant.
Your tool. What's it called?
Which tool? Multi-purpose.
Yeah. Is that in stock on your website?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
If you haven't got one of those, gosh.
So this is also in the miniature kit. Because you put those on there, didn't you? The miniature kit.
The miniature kit has got the mini Teflon pencil in.
So
Yep.
it's got this one.
Yep.
It gets a pokey tool. You get a tweezers.
Drilling tool.
Yeah, you get tweezers. Not this one. I think you get a straight one.
You
so
get
and you get
a special foam pad.
yes, you get
shaping pad.
you get a better
You get
one.
some
I
flower
couldn't find mine,
wires.
so I just added a bit of packaging. You get some flower wires. You get quite a few
You get
bits.
something else as well. I can't remember.
Yes, I
And
can't
that's called, that
remember.
bundle's called
That's a miniature making kit.
Miniature Making
Yeah,
Kit.
it's on the TV shopping page.
Rightio.
And then we've got a tool kit which is more for your generic card making, paper crafting. That's got your multi-purpose tool in.
Yep.
But we've got the multi-purpose tool on its own as well.
So that's where you're going shopping, that's where you're getting the best price, that's where every single one of your pennies goes straight to the team at CoolkatzCraft.com. Phew, have a proper look around the website. 10%, a further 10% off. Thanks for this show, thanks for your discounts coming up, your extra weekends coming up. We're going to talk 25% off in just a second, team.
Oh, yes, we are. Yes,
We are
yeah,
indeed.
yeah. Okay, I'll
But
do some-
CoolkatzCraft.com is where you go, that's where you shop and press checkout, and then ladies will sort out delivery for you.
Okay, so then you put. So this is one of our little pots. This is available in the patio kit, and then I've put the pink stuff is plasticine, and I put some glue on top of that. Poke that in there, so that's my plant, and then this is coffee grounds.
I was going to say coffee.
It's coffee, yeah. So it's just coffee grounds. So you can either dry out coffee grounds that you've used, or have fresh. This has happened to be fresh because I found a rather old pot bag in the cupboard.
Righto.
And then that's your soil, and then that's your little plant.
Ta-da!
So,
Brilliant.
And you wait, and that's it. So
How magic is that?
yeah. So I think that's
you?
That's me done. That's me done.
Maggie, you need to put your tray just right at the front here, just so I think that Andy can have a spy around what we're talking about here with all of these, the kind of things you are creating.
So yeah, when he comes down. So then these are from the bundle from
Yep.
today. So all these ones on this side of the bundle. These ones here, which I'm with my hand is in the way. These ones are some of our other miniature dies that you can make different things. So we've got cheese plant one, we've got fern one, then we've got other ones we can make. I don't know. Poppies and all sorts of things.
Yeah, absolutely
You make loads of things.
divine, but all of these can be created via CoolkatzCraft.com. Hey Andy, is that thing working where we can see the website? Okay, because I've also got to move this overhead slightly, which I'm quite terrified about.
You've got one there.
I've got one
show
here.
that, because this is... Oh yeah, hang on, it's coming.
It's coming.
But there you go. That is CoolkatzCraft.com. That's where you go. And at the top there, you can see where it says live show shopping. And that's right, ladies, isn't it? When we're looking on there.
Yeah,
Yep.
click on there, and then hopefully it works.
Hopefully,
We've had-
hopefully
we've had-
it
we've
works.
had
It was a bit doubtful this morning.
We've had a lot of issues this morning and over the weekend, so
But that's where you go. You see 10% off
Yeah.
all the
Hey,
website. Oh, there we go.
working.
You're in. And
Yeah.
whilst you're there, I do encourage you to have a look around. For example, tools, miniatures, classes, that PDF download.
Yes,
There's
yeah.
all sorts on there for you. So every single penny of your purchase goes straight to the ladies, and then they can continue developing, continue through the workshops, continue baking for the workshops after all.
Yeah.
Tape and things like that. So there's all sorts on there. CoolkatzCraft.com. Right, ladies. 25% off. What is this all about?
Okay, so on Saturday, the 12th,
Yep.
between 10 and 3, at Cool Cats HQ, which is in Peterborough,
Yes.
we're having a brilliant bargain sale. So we've got X-demo stuff, X-samples, but we've also got a limited number of all our current products. And they will be...
Go!
25% off!
I was literally holding it that around. An absolute amateur. Well,
There we go. 25.
yes.
There you go.
That is a physical thing. You've got to come along to the
Yes,
you guys.
and that discount only applies to the actual in-house sale.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
10% off runs on the website, but this is at the in-house one.
So if you can and you get in the car or get on the
Please do.
bus, you're going to be rewarded that way. If you can't, for whatever reason, you are also going to get 10% off those equivalent products.
Yes.
Everything workshop here, again, say shipping, etc.
Yeah.
So that is to say thank you for shopping as well. So whether you're at home or, it's not your thing going up and about, whatever, CoolkatzCraft.com, a further 10% off those prices that we are stating.
Okay, do you want to move things across?
Yeah, I need to put a thing
Right.
on there.
Right.
Maggie, what are we up to?
Oh, well, I'm attempting. Oh,
I'm just moving my stuff across. You
I just need to put that.
yeah,
some
you put
room?
that there, and I'll
Yeah,
move my stuff
we're
across.
okay.
We're fine. We're fine.
No worries at all.
I'll just shove that.
Chuck it at me.
Yeah,
Sit
I'll
there.
chuck it at you,
Chuck it at
Dan.
me. Honestly,
Right.
I'm here.
Okay.
to help.
So this
Right here.
is the Fancy Frame album kit that you get.
No, you can get them individually. You can just get the
You
fancy
can
frame,
get them
can't you? Or the
individually.
album cover kit and the black frame tape.
So when you get them, you've got lots of bits of grey board here. So you've got your back cover, and then you've got your front covers, which give you a lovely sort of stepped aperture there. You've also got 2 spines, which are different lengths,
Rightio.
and that's so you can either make it landscape or portrait. And then we've kept all the waste for you. This one here, which has got the little marks, is so you can put that on top if you want, but it's also for a template for cutting the paper for this one and this one inside. And then these pieces that you have left, you can use these to create a little board book, something like that. So you could do something nice with that. Just pop 2 ring things. What are they called?
Binders, rings.
Book
Binders.
rings, book rings, yeah, in there, and then you've got another little book inside there, and it comes with the plastic, and that has got a protective film on both sides. So just make sure
Got it? Well
that's
done.
one, yeah, and then that's the other. The other one is much finer, so that's the other one like that.
Okie dokie.
And you get instructions as well, and there will be a little construction video, but there isn't one yet. What I would say is the kit also comes with black frame tape, so you can use that for going around your edges. It's also really good for, because it's so flexible, it's very strong, this tape, it's acid free, paper based, it's very strong, but you can use this for going around your curved edges.
Okay.
Same as if you're doing like when you're stitching in a sleeve, something like that.
Well, there are lots of comments reflecting on your demos there, Kay.
They were brilliant, weren't
Yeah.
they?
Oh, they're good. They're
Janice
good.
says, love that houseplant. They look amazing. Elizabeth is saying, hello, ladies.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi,
Elizabeth Robinson. Margaret says, great to see Maggie and Kay back. Looking forward to June work.
Oh,
Yes,
excellent,
we'll
excellent.
see you
Yeah.
there.
Where was the one about coffee? Oh, Janice also said, nice idea using coffee. That will make it smell awesome too.
It
does.
does. You can use tea bags as
does.
well. You can empty a tea bag out.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, lots of people saying hello. Sheila, Paul, Paula, Dawn, Linda, Nikki, Judith, Sarah, Ailsa, another Dawn.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Tuning
you.
in.
Thank you.
Cool. So you can see here, with the tape, you get a really nice finished edge.
He's on his way.
Yeah, he's on his way.
Ta-da.
Okay, you can see you've got a really nice finished edge. But if you think, oh, that's too much faff and I can't do that, go onto our website and have a look for our black Pebeo marker pen
Yes.
and just go round.
They are. The call from the gallery there, they are chunky. They do the job, aren't they? Absolutely.
This is
Definitely chunky.
certainly a chunky monkey. And then you can go around the edges like this. And how quick is that? And you've got a perfect edge. So these are really good. We also have these pens in gold and silver, but they are not so chunky. This is 15 millimetres.
Okay.
Gold and silver are 8
8
millimetres.
And
Lots.
that silver one's brilliant for our little miniatures.
Yeah, for
Yes.
cutlery.
Cutlery, because it makes all that stainless steel.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. By the way, lots of people asking, especially on YouTube, about workshops. Natalie saying the workshops are fabulous, highly
Thank you,
recommend.
Natalie.
The workshop, the next one we're talking about, well, there is a miniatures workshop on Friday, May the 9th.
Yes,
Yes.
there
Right.
is.
And Saturday, May the 10th in Wansford, but also end of April on Tuesday the 29th, there's a mini fold-over book. Which
That's
is just next to you
in-house.
there.
That's
Yeah,
in-house.
That is
that's
in your
here.
HQ. And also on Wednesday the 30th.
It's as a evening class.
There's lots of these links, by the way, on the Facebook page. If you look on Facebook, on the craft store, I know these questions are from YouTube, the CoolkatzCraft team are putting links into all of these products.
Yeah,
at
so
the
Jen,
workshop.
Yes, Jenny's doing a great job.
Jenny's on it. I see you,
Jenny's on
Jenny.
it. Jenny's on it. Thank you, Jenny.
Okay, so we're going to do the fancy frames, or if you go on to YouTube after the show, look at Paper Crafting with Paul. He's done an amazing tunnel album using that album cover kit and the dies. So what am I going to show you how to do? I'm going to show you how to do a flip flap first.
Rightio.
So well, I would if I had the dies.
So with this kind of thing, this maybe is where our Graphic 45 paper mic comes
Yes,
into it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the whole point of doing like the flip flaps is to, and a lot of our dies are cut-in dies, so you don't lose the decorative paper. So our photo slot dies, for example, they just cut the slots and you can slide your photos in.
Just look at that. Yeah.
And it's not covered. So this is the largest in the dies, and on this, these are cutting lines, but on this edge here, it's flatter because that's actually a score line. It's probably hard to see, but that's a
we pick up
score
on
line.
it, yeah.
You can see it's shallower than the other one. Oh, good camera work.
Look at him go.
We're keeping him awake this morning. So what I'm going to do here, this one says cut normally. Okay. So
Are these papers, are these the Grow With Love?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those papers are, there's not many of them left. If you're watching this on Tuesday, watching this on Wednesday, I will not be surprised if they have sold out. But you get 12 by 12 and 8 by 8 graphic 45
Yes, you do.
pads there for just over £20. Oh, what's that?
It was me.
I get it.
It's all right, I've got it.
You got it?
So
Yeah, I got it.
I'm just going to use
Yeah,
our,
you're fine. You're fine.
Little
our
circle
orange
there.
tape or yellow tape.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just going to, right, I've got my piece of paper on a mat. I've got alignment notches here, so I can use that alignment notch with that line there and that one there to make sure it's straight. Just doing this by eye and make sure that one's straight. Just move it up so it's exactly straight. So pop that one in there, pop that one in there, and then we'll cut that there and we'll cut that there, and I'm just going to run it through the machine.
Aha. Now that is perfect timing. We've got 10 minutes left on the show whilst that's going through. So, of course, after the hour, as you say, this will live on Facebook for 30 days and live on YouTube forever. Do follow CoolkatzCraft on Facebook and YouTube. But he said there's also a group, Kay, isn't there? Also a Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook group.
we Cool Cats group on Facebook. Yes.
Do we search Cool Cats group?
No, Cool Cats.
Just
If you
Cool
go on the
Cats.
home page,
Yep.
click on Facebook logo and it will take you to the group.
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
it'll ask you to...
Right.
That was heavier than I thought.
Well done, you did very well. Yeah, lifting up with one arm.
Have you had
using
your
my little dinky
Weetabix?
one.
Oh,
Hang on.
I've cut the wrong one here. This isn't the flip flap that I've cut
Okay,
here.
can we?
Yes, let me just go and
Will it
find...
still be okay?
I can do it as a flip flap. It's fine.
You can do it with a bit of
Okay.
tape, can't you?
Yeah.
Phew. But nevertheless, so right now, though, as I mentioned, Leona and Glitzcraft are coming up at 1
That is
o'clock.
so annoying.
Katrina and All Things Rowan-Dean is in the studio already. Good morning, good morning. That's at 1 o'clock. So if you love hand embroidery, that's certainly the show for you.
Right.
That's 1
So... Oh, no, I have cut it as a flip flap.
You sure?
No, I haven't.
Okay. She's off.
I am.
Well, it's a good
Sorry
one.
about this.
What? Shall I
You know, we got to
shall
45, and you said we wouldn't make it past 20, to be fair, so that's...
Should we go back on to the miniatures again?
I've had
Why not?
I've had a strop. So let's go back on again.
Okay.
So let's get my papers out.
You got a spare bit of paper?
Yeah.
Again,
We're
all
all
the
here.
products we're talking about are on CoolkatzCraft.
Don't demonstrate like Maggie has demonstrated. Oh, look, it says normal flip flap on here.
You can experience this too in real life if you want to come to the But you'll have cake at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Lots of cake.
So let's cut it again. So that's the right one. Okay, so let's line it up. Okay, and we're going to pop that on there, pop it in there. Are you ready with the big machine, Kay?
Oh,
Are you ready, Kay? Do you want me to help?
It's heavy. It's heavy. I
What
don't know
we
why. You got the plates?
Yes.
Oh,
Did you
the
have
plate's
Weetabix?
I had 2
Okay.
Weetabix this morning.
Did you?
I did.
I should have had 2 Weetabix.
Well, I actually had your serving.
Where have the plates gone now? Oh, here. Duh.
What's going on?
Why? I was organised.
Oh, shut up.
Here we go.
All right.
Right.
All the fun of the fair.
Now, hopefully,
You flipped and you flapped.
mind your fingers. Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, I've done it again.
You sure, is that the right die? By the way, Kay,
Yes.
are these hexagons?
Oh, yeah. These
Yes.
are.
Let me take that.
No, you're right.
it again.
I'll put it down. I'll put it down.
By the way, friends, just to quickly say, can I hold this up?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
Again, they're not on the live show paper. They are like
Yeah.
in stock. Can you see them?
So yeah,
They're these hexagons, aren't they, which are
one
really
is about. I think it's 1 inch.
That's a bigger one.
That's a 1 inch, and then you've got the one that mat into it.
So if you are doing things like, as you said, like quilting or...
You can do quilting with those,
Yeah.
normal size quilting
Yeah.
with those. You can do paper piecing as well. So,
Okay.
so if you've got lots of odd bits of graphic 45 left over,
Yeah.
if you cut them out of those, then you can make another page out yourself.
And listen, they could
And it's
be...
really effective.
There could be a hexagon die because you're doing bees or
Yeah,
something like that,
exactly,
or you just
yeah,
like
yeah.
the shape of it, or it's going to go on your card.
But you
card, things like
also
that.
you get I don't know what she's doing.
I've just remembered. It's all right. We've got another flip flap die coming out, and I'm thinking it's.
Is it flapping the wrong way?
I've put the. It is working, but I'd put the thing the wrong way. So, yeah. So that's how the flip flap works. So I thought I'm thinking.
Clear as day.
Yeah.
Right, so-
But you get a mask with these as
Yeah,
well.
master, yes, so a hexagon, such hexagon. I know a lot of people will be thinking about that.
Okay. So that is your flip flap cut into the page. What I was thinking was the cutting line was down there, and it's
So
not.
you're wondering why it wasn't flapping down?
That is another die that's
The die
coming.
was doing exactly what it was meant to do.
Yes. So it's done exactly what it's meant to do. It's cut into there like that. Then you cut the smaller size, and you have a mat that fits on top like that. Okay. Now, if you're cutting your flip flap, so it's going to be facing like that. You're going to have it that way.
Yeah.
When you stick your decorative papers, you want to make sure when you cut it out that can you see the paper here, that you cut your papers so they're facing the right way.
Right.
So have a think about it when you're cutting it. You would need to make sure that you cut it so that when that lifts up, it's actually going to be, you'd have to cut your papers that way so that when it fits on there, the pattern's going to be that way.
Okay.
That sounds very confusing, but
I'm with you.
yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, watch Paul's video.
Yeah.
Now, do I find that Paul's video via your YouTube?
I know
Yes, his YouTube
yeah.
as well.
But,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's got links
right.
now.
So that's lifted up there like that. Okay, and then you can put one on there if you want one inside. You can have one in here, and then you can put a magnet underneath.
Oh, nice.
So if this is your flip flap page, I'll just stick that on there. That completely threw me. You can tell it did. No, I was then thinking, oh my God, there's a problem with the dies, but no, it's a problem with the demonstrator. So
It's a long time since you've done this.
it is a long time.
Out of practice. Out of
To be
practice.
fair,
Okay, right. So that's on there.
it's been 6 or 7 months.
September.
September.
Early
Yeah,
September.
that was
Yeah.
our last one.
March, April, May.
So
7 months. Flies by, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
it does fly
Gosh.
by.
7 months.
So.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that long.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is lovely having you back in, by the way.
It is.
It's lovely to see
It is
you.
nice
Yeah,
being
you're both
back.
really
Yeah.
fun, but you do different things, and you tend to
Yeah.
do them first as well, which is really
When
wonderful.
when we get them right.
There we go.
Right. So stick that on there.
I was saying coming into the building was it was very strange.
It was very
I said you were
strange.
used to it now, but I
I'm used to it, yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's just not many people here because we trying to get as affordable as possible for suppliers to purchase airtime, if you like. So there's
Yeah.
literally no one else here.
it's like the same but different. It was really It's like,
Yeah.
Same but different.
It was a bit like, it was like the Mary Celeste, wasn't it? So that's that bit on there.
But the kettle's still on working, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, just wait them to walk in, and that won't be there anymore. Be fine. I hide it at the end of each shift.
Oh. Yeah, we'll put that one on there. We'll have a little bit of ribbon.
We've got 3 minutes left, team.
Is that all?
I know.
It's a good job I wasn't demoing first, Kay, isn't it?
But friends, you shop direct. That is the difference with the craft store. You shop direct with the supplier. So you're shopping direct with Rowan Dean. You're shopping direct with CoolkatzCraft. Direct with Sarah Payne later on. On the bottom part. So you can go on the craftstore.com, by the way. It'll tell you the schedule. You can find the websites there. Of course you can. But most importantly, I want you to go on CoolkatzCraft.com and shop there. Or click the link in the description on Facebook, etc.
Okay, we'll try and get this done maybe by the end of the week, but certainly by next week.
What's this?
A video of this.
Well, we can
a video of how not
we can check in during the other shows.
A video of how to do it. Right. Okay. So that's your flip flap there. So basically, you haven't lost any of your patterned paper. That's on there, and that fits on there like that. And if you wanted to, you could actually put that on there, but I actually like the
an invisible.
I like the pattern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so invisible I couldn't work out where it was. That's what it was.
That's
see, I was like, oh no, but I really thought, oh my God, there's a problem with the dies. I was like, ooh. And don't forget, you can do lots of other things as well. So with your dies, if you fold a piece of black card in half and cut just to the edge, you can create a beautiful photo album.
You know what, Andy, director, has made an executive decision here. Because there were a couple of minutes at the start with no audio.
Oh, can we have a bit more time?
Should we carry on till 12?
Oh my God.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Is that because my demos are so crap?
Well, we need to finish it off, Maggie, at some point.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
That would be
right?
lovely. Yeah, that would be really lovely.
Yeah, we're happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to cut a little photo wallet.
Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Using
It could be anything.
We'll push it to half 12, guys. It'll be all right.
It'll be fine. Right, I need the machine back, please.
Oh, gosh. This is where it all
Right,
happened.
so what
This is where it went wrong.
Can I help you?
No, it's fine. I got it.
It's no good for your sciatica.
No, it's not.
Physio. Okay, so what I've done is
One big shoulder.
I've got a piece of black card here, and I've folded it in half, and I've got one of the dies, larger dies that is here, and I've just stuck it right on the edge of the fold. Now, if you're worried about going over the cutting line, then put your cutting line over the other side of the fold. But you'll find with lots of dies you can play, and you want to make sure that you're, when you're placing your cutting mat.
You're an excellent assistant here, Kay.
She is, she's
Maggie
very
keep you
good.
at hand for this exact reason.
I presume so, yes.
Keep her straight in memory. Yeah,
I've got no chance
yeah.
otherwise. So when you're placing your plates, you want to make sure, can you see, that it's not going over the cutting line edge there?
Yep.
Okay, so then you need to think about how you're going to put it through your die cutting machine. If you're using an electric machine, you need to put your plates through at the start because it doesn't like it if you start from a thin end. It likes to have all the bits together.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So, but this is a hand one, so I've got that right on the edge there. But I don't want that plate to move, so I'm standing up.
She's up. She's off. You're winding up. Oh, you got one of those automatic machines, have you, Maggie?
Other way.
Oh, well, there you go.
It was in reverse. Literally, it's a blind leading the blind.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely love.
Tune in on Mondays for your entertainment.
Well, I've found it, so we'll put it back to front. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Right, okay. Now I'm hoping that this has worked.
Yeah.
So is Kay. She's thinking, oh my God.
I've got one handle if it doesn't.
Remember at the start in the green room we were talking about, when stuff goes wrong in shows, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Once you've done those.
Yeah. Didn't know it was
It is.
such a car crash.
Who knew? It's been absolutely fine. We've done a lot worse. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, I've let the cat out of the bag now, haven't I? Because there's another different flip flop coming.
Yeah, we normally do anyway. So
Yeah.
that was unintentional.
It was unintentional. I was getting really worried. I was thinking, oh my God, they've got a problem with the dies. I was like, oh. But no, it was fine. So let's put that over there. Okay, so at the moment you can see that that's like that, which you could actually use as quite a nice little page.
That. I've never seen that before with like multiple layers. Yeah,
You could do that like
Be a nice card, actually.
yes, it would.
So,
But,
yeah,
really clever. Work that out at home. You wondering how it's even staying together? Yeah, me too.
So you
Isn't it smart?
can do that with all your different dies. Nesting dies, you can just cut half a die so you've got the edges. There's lots you can do. So don't just think when you look at a die, oh, I can only cut it one way. No, you can manipulate it with your die cutting machine.
Yeah.
So that's that there like that. And then here, who knew, but our little 3x3 photo slots fit onto the die that's going to match on there like that.
Who knew?
That was lucky.
That is.
That was
You've
lucky.
stumbled across that, haven't you?
So what we're going to do is we're going to cut those out next.
By the way, friends, it's a cracking day here on the craft store. After this, I'm just going to lie down in a dark room for an hour. And then
With a
we're on
bottle
with
of
the
gin.
in Glitzcraft at 1 o'clock. So do
So
all
you
afternoon.
can cut 2 pieces together, have both patterns side up, just a little bit of tape to hold it in place. And then you're going to line this up on here.
I like your the colour of your dies as well. It's a little thing, but then because they're all so useful and so unique, they're a different colour to all the others,
They've always been like that, yeah. And we do actually have, just lining that up on there, some of our incremental dies, like our circles and our hexagons. We have a different colour, a darker blue, so it's easy to pick out if they're 1/8 of an inch or 3/4 and things like that. So we are a bit fussy about things. Right, are you ready, missus?
Yeah.
Here we go, right.
I've got that way around, haven't I?
I almost feel like I should be like a wicket keeper.
Are you ready? Go.
Yeah.
Am I going the right way? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Here we go.
I'm going to have one huge muscle.
You are, yeah, one of those
Right.
like fighting crabs.
Catch. Oh, come on,
There you go.
Dan.
There we go. I was ready. I was supervising. You've done.
Typical man.
Right, come on.
Oh, bless him. He's been
No,
busy all
I'm
morning.
only
He's been
teasing.
busy all morning, haven't you?
I look busy.
Yeah,
I've really fallen for it.
Well, obviously I have.
Okay, so we'll peel this off here. Now you might find when you go through your die cutting machine, any tape that you use, if it's compressed really hard, the glue sticks down more. So just take your time, taking the,
You want from the body out to the side, don't you?
yes, yeah, because you've got raw edges here.
Right, now we've got 90 seconds. Is that all right? Not to put against the clock. But I want everyone to know, CoolkatzCraft.com, a further 10% off all the physical products you are purchasing. If you want to get 25% off, Kay,
Come on Saturday.
there you go.
Come and join us.
25% off.
And a cup of tea.
go to HQ. Absolutely. That is if you're
HQ.
physically going there as well. Team, we've only got 45 seconds. Thank you ever so much. It's been really good fun.
It's been fun. Yeah,
It
I
has.
See you
didn't
again.
realise how much we missed it, actually.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Give me a lot of
Aw.
notice though, so I can get myself ready. But,
Yeah.
honestly, anytime.
No, it's been lovely.
It has been lovely. Thank you very much, everybody.
And thank you for supporting us all.
for joining us.
Yeah, we've got
because
30 seconds left. CoolkatzCraft.com.
we
That's where you go.
couldn't continue without your support, so it's very much appreciated.
That is why I want everyone to go direct, is to get to know your
Yeah.
website and to shop there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that's probably going to be the place you see everything first.
Now it's
after
working.
all.
Yeah, hopefully it's still working.
So far, so good. Well, everyone in the comments.
What
Thank you,
we-
everyone, for commenting as
What
well.
we'd also
Yeah, thank you,
say
thank
is
you.
any problems, you can always give us a shout.
Yeah, email us. And
That email is
Yeah.
also in the Facebook
Yeah.
link as well. We've
It
only got
is.
3 seconds.
Okay.
So thank
All
you
right,
so
thank
much.
you,
So
everybody,
that's
and
the
thank you,
start
Dan.
of my little.
Bye.
Perfect.
Bye.